Mr. Westbrook got traded to... No, he didn't get traded. They got traded to the Jazz. And then the Jazz bought him out and he's getting signed to the Clippers. That's what I'm hearing. What y'all feel about it?
I can't find the fuck to give. I really can't.
You might got some potential.
How many times do I have to tell you niggas? I don't give a fuck. I get the basic everything.
Woo! I ain't gonna lie, that was harder. 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 Like, where's that though?
I can't find the fuck to give.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Cause I don't give a fuck.
How many times do I have to tell you niggas? I don't give a fuck.
I get the basic everything to cook a bit, fall it down, but they sit on my.
I know.
Fall it down, but they sit on my wrist. They said it went signing like keep for some cheese. I told them it's fucking, I'm already rich.
Okay.
She just asked me if I got a talking for really. I told her I got it. And I just be cutting her belly. I'm taking new diamond.
You know, we got a starter video with a good Bryce edit. Alright, man. What Russell Westbrook really means to the Clippers.
All right, man.
Talk to me, young
So
blood.
Russell Westbrook is finalizing a buyout with the Utah Jazz.
Miami draws Compy.
And reportedly, he plans on signing with the Clippers.
We gotta get
now,
Paw
this
Patrol.
video isn't going to be too...
Damn! These niggas got hella guards. What the? Why I ain't try to get Kevin Love? God damn. I know Norman Powell probably gonna play the forward. Robert Covington probably gonna play center, small ball center. Amir Coffey probably forward. I see him staying, and he's probably not playing.
Too long. I actually have a video that I'm working on for later this week, so look out for that. But this is Russell Westbrook, so I had to drop my quick thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Let me start with...
It's funny because I watched every single video he dropped that has like when Westbrook was traded to the Wizards, then to the Lakers, and now the Clippers, or bought out
with
Clippers.
The possible positives. Now, I don't know if Russ is going to be starting. I don't know exactly how many minutes he's...
That's why I want to get Reek on this stream so goddamn bad. I was saying the same thing. I don't know if he should start. I feel like a lineup with Kawhi, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and probably a center. It's gonna be too complicated because like Paul George and Kawhi already have the ball in their hands most of the time. So if you add Westbrook in there, it's gonna mess it up a little bit, and he's only gonna be there to get like putbacks, some fouls. I mean putbacks, rebounds, and putbacks, and like do energy, which is good. I mean, you know, that's always good. But like if he comes off a bench, he has more of a role. Go crazy, in my opinion, versus trying to coexist with Kawhi and Paul George. I feel like it's gonna be better for Westbrook to come off the bench for him. Bro ain't even buy another house. I know. He was smart to go to Clippers. Because if he went to Chicago, he was going to have to move with his family all the way to Chicago. And he was already going to be a free agent. So, he might have not even stayed with Chicago. But if he was with that he went to the Clippers, the nigga already in LA. Oh my gosh. The nigga already in LA. So, you know. So that was probably smarter to stay there so he doesn't have to move and do all this. Because his family stay down there too. His family's a lot to...
I had to drop my quick thoughts on this. Let me start with the possible positives. Now, I don't know if Russ is going to be starting. I don't know exactly how many minutes he's going to get. What is specifically Ty Lue's strategy with Russ. So I'm kind of just assuming with this video. But if anything, Russ gives this team some type of alpha leadership presence. And remember I said that because I'm actually going to come back to that with the negatives.
Chicago almost had Westbrook, but they got Westbrook at home. They got Pat Bell.
Maybe I just have PTSD and I just can't unsee what happened in the bubble. But even when I watch the Clippers to this day, I still see flashes of that series versus Denver. Like when stuff hits the fan and that lead starts to decrease and Kawhi and PG resorts to ISO, your turn, my turn basketball. And the need of a point guard becomes more glaring. And Kawhi and PG, who aren't really out.
I remember Murray and Nikola did that shit. They molested them niggas. I ain't gonna lie.
For personalities kind of lifelessly go through the motions. I still see that.
6 for 20 and 4 for 13 is crazy. That was pandemic P though. He not pandemic P no more. Playoff P is kind of tough. Definitely last year and the year before. Well, not last year. Last year they ain't made the playoffs, did they? Yeah, but the year before that, when they went against Luka and all them.
Example, a few weeks ago against Milwaukee, they're leading the majority of the game. And in the fourth quarter, they just collapse and both of their superstars fold. The next game, they play the Knicks
Murray and
and damn
Spider-
near do the exact.
Tell me, bro, I always want a Murray and Spider. Like, I thought they were like best friends. They might go on a team together. I love that duo. And they were going back and forth. I loved the bubble and niggas hated it. I loved the bubble because it was straight basketball. No distractions, no nothing. No fans, no nothing. Straight basketball. And if you was a fan, you was on the screen. Niggas were not paying attention to that screen.
Exact same thing and luckily escaped in overtime. Then they play Dallas without Luka Doncic and Kyrie's debut, and they do the same thing. Kawhi gives you nothing in
Damn. I ain't pay attention like that.
the fourth quarter. I just feel like I see too much of that for that team, and they don't have no leader to kind of give them that spark. I'm not saying Russell Westbrook is a
Russell
lifesaver,
Westbrook
but he can give you
be
a
like
little
that.
bit of juice when stuff hits
That's
the
what I'm
fan.
saying. That's why I
Kawhi
said the energy he can bring.
is obviously a superstar talent, but
Yeah.
it seems like in
Also, I wanted to hit on Kawhi barely plays during the regular season. So it's probably going to be the Russell Westbrook and Paul George show.
pivotal, crucial moments, when this game isn't on, specifically a shot, the team kind of follows. Paul George, the same thing.
Ugh.
Russ, if anything, for better or worse, he's going to be first team all energy, and I feel like they can use
Yeah.
that. Another positive.
And I feel like that's good for any team. Definitely the Clippers.
We know how much of a disaster Russ was with the Lakers, mainly because of what they lost to
utilize
bring him
him
in,
right.
and they couldn't surround that core with
And
the
they
adequate
utilize
pieces.
him right.
It was always a nasty fit to be.
And I don't know why they traded for Westbrook. Because Westbrook was not going to... They needed a Chris Paul or someone that was going to pass the ball. Like a great playmaker. Westbrook would not fit in with LeBron and AD doing that shit. While being explosive and doing the things he do. Like, nah, that's not happening.
Begin with, but you lose pieces, and it's going to be even worse.
And they lost
This
hella
is a
pieces.
much better fit. The Lakers trading for Russell Westbrook never made sense. He's a
Never did.
ball-dominant point guard that facilitates.
Exactly what I said last year when they traded for Westbrook.
Taste the offense. The Lakers already had that, so taking Russ out that role just
That's what I'm
exposed
saying.
how limited his half-court skill set always was.
Yeah.
But now the
do
Clippers,
that.
a team that desperately needs
That's crazy. I ain't gonna cap.
half-court skill set always was.
This is crazy.
But now the Clippers,
crazy.
a team that desperately needs that, they have some type of floor general. I thought it was going to be John Wall. We all did.
We
but
all
he's so
did.
bad defensively that he's quite literally unplayable for a championship
nigga,
team.
freak.
In fact, if you want to see how bad of a signing John Wall actually was for that team and why he's probably on his way out the
good pass,
league,
Russ.
with him this season, they were 15-19. When he didn't play, they were 18-9. Granted, he put a lot of-
Damn. Tight mid-range shot. All right. You just got both hands on the thing and just going crazy. Just going crazy. Like I ain't even do nothing. And you just instigate. You come out of nowhere just to instigate. It's crazy, Tay. It's crazy. Hey Bryce, you got both hands on that motherfucker. I need you to take them off real quick.
of his games without Kawhi or PG, but look at his plus
This is something Bryce would do.
minus. They were significantly better when he wasn't on the floor. Russ, at this stage of
That's
his career,
bad.
is a much better defender. They're both
I remember
pretty
this. This hurts. This hurts.
terrible shooters,
This
but at
hurts.
least Russ is
That
a lot more
hurts.
explosive when driving, so he can create a
Ooh.
bit more spacing for their shooters, I believe. I'm hoping so. And going back to the fit, at this point in Russ's career, he's best at driving to the basket and either finishing, getting fouled, which
Yes,
may not be the best thing
yes.
because he's not the best free throw shooter anymore, but that's besides the point.
I mean, but he can always work on that.
Throwing that alley-oop to AD, to me, they had an underrated connection.
Yes.
Or creating an open look for one of his shooters.
Thank you. What I've been trying to say. I feel like him playmaking, like this man's a. If y'all watch him with the Lakers off the bench, his playmaking was so damn good. They ain't make the shots, which means they ain't count as the assists. His playmaking so damn good when he was coming off the bench for the Lakers.
Look at the Lakers.
Like, cause Reed really got me watching Lakers games just to watch Westbrook. And he actually does pretty goddamn good.
Key players on catch and shoot threes.
Let's analyze. Oh yeah, Norman Powell been like that since Toronto. Terrence Mann, I feel like he gonna start. They don't have Kennard no more, which is crazy.
In comparisons to the Clippers, it's a night and day fit for exactly what Russ provides. So on paper, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now let me get to the negatives.
All right,
Russ
talk to me.
is a damn alpha. I told you was going to hit that again, but at this point of his career, that specific trait is a double-edged sword. I stand by calling Russ one of, if not the most delusional player that I've ever seen in my personal life. So I don't think he's going to the Clippers.
Delusional? I don't know. I feel like Pat Bev was way more. I don't know about that take. But
I don't think it's in Russ's DNA to see the writing on the wall that, damn, I'm on my 5th team in 5 years and I just got bought out as a former MVP. He's not built like
Wizards Westbrook was so goddamn good. Wizardbrook. Wow. That's one of my favorite Westbrooks. He was having like an MVP year. Putting up MVP numbers.
And I just got bought out as a former MVP. He's not built like that. Russ is a pretty proud athlete, and I believe he's going in and thinking, we just formed a new big three in the West. Paul George had his best season with me. I averaged a triple-double 3 times with this guy, and we just added a 2-time Finals MVP with Kawhi Leonard. Let's run this thing.
2 steals a
Not
game.
mad at him for it. That's what made Russ Russ. But that could be a little difficult for the Clippers long-term this season. Again, Russ is a very proud athlete, and he wears those accomplishments on his sleeve, so he doesn't always take critical coaching the smoothest. I thought Frank Vogel last year was too nice to him, and Russ didn't quite understand that and kind of bashed him on his way out. I didn't really like that. This year, I give him credit for taking the benching with Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham benched him, put him on the bench as a 6th man, and he took that willingly, but it wasn't the smoothest. Early in the season, I believe in the preseason, he tweaked his hamstring because he was coming off the bench and he said he wasn't used to not starting. Throughout the season, in the 4th quarter, when Russ wasn't in the game, he wouldn't really be on the bench. He would be on the bike warming up. I don't even know how you sub.
Nah, but they have put him in like late game scenarios that's like clutch, and sometimes it turns out good, but most times it turned out bad.
In and out quickly.
But that's the Lakers.
Russ is on the bike, so you still kind of felt the dissatisfaction of Russ not.
I mean, but at least they had fun, you know.
Playing when he probably felt like he should have been playing. That's all a part of the Russ package. Luckily for the Clippers, Ty Lue has coached some big egotistical athletes, mainly Kyrie and LeBron. So he's been there before, but he hasn't really.
Nah, I feel like Kyrie ego got bigger when he went to Boston.
Had to bench them and make ego-crushing moves like he will likely have to do with Russ. I'm interested to see.
I wonder if he gonna do that.
Definitely
if they do that shit in the playoffs. Oh, that script. The NBA script is gonna be popping.
Slight possible negative for that team. At the end of the day, for me, the playoffs is about how many stops you can get.
He made mistakes and don't try to cover them. And don't try to like. No, he tries to cover him. And be like, well, I'm Russell Westbrook. Y'all know who I am. You're not Kevin Durant, buddy. You're not, like, the way he's utilized, he can't talk the talk. Now, if he utilized, like, Wizardbrook, Houston, what else? What's the other team? Thunder, I would let him talk that talk. But the way you've been playing and utilized with the Lakers, you can't say you like him. I think you're doing this, you know?
Defensively, and who has the most players that can create their own shot? Meaning, when stuff hits the fan in the playoffs, Kawhi and PG will isolate and display their offensive bag.
They will.
When that happens, and when they share the court with Russ doing that, I want to see how the spacing is going to look.
He's also getting older and regressing, which I don't think he realized. I mean, well, I know he's getting old. Well, I know he knows he's getting older. But, you know, he got that confidence like, yeah, I'm still him, nigga. I'm still going to do what I got to do. I'm still Westbrook, MVP. I mean, I can't blame him for thinking like that, though. That's just him having a high confidence set. And we seen what happens when you have a high confidence set. He put up these crazy numbers and they win games. That's why I like Westbrook. Because why not?
With Russ's defender not respecting him as a perimeter shooter. That can be a little interesting as well. In conclusion, Ty Lue is going to be earning his checks for these last few months. Russ is probably going to play big minutes since they lost Reggie Jackson and John Wall, so they don't really have no type of point guard. So he's probably going to play big minutes. But at least the Clippers didn't really lose anything to get Russ. They're not obligated to him because they're not paying him a lot of money. And that's
But they have a lot of guards. I wonder how. I want to see the game. I want to see the first game. I wonder how it's gonna roll.
Team is loaded, so Ty Lue can be a lot more creative with his lineups than Darvin Ham or Frank Vogel could because they have a lot of depth. That's the good part. These are just my quick thoughts on this move. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this move. I think it's a low risk, slightly possible high reward move. I don't see the Clippers doing much because if Russell Westbrook is your floor general, I just don't think it's going nowhere. I'm be honest, I just don't think it's going nowhere. But if you like the video, follow my social media sites. Until next time, as always. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. That be video on Black Man.